We're perfect human beings. But we can be better people.
I'm James Daniels. I'm here to talk to you about your power I. That part of you that is so powerful, so primal, and so influential that it changes your life and everyone around you. That power I is that small voice in your head that talks to you, that says, I can do this. I got this. I have enough knowledge for this. I don't care what happens, I'm going to succeed. Like that power I is unimpeded by anything. The problem is we start talking to ourselves and referring to ourselves as you. And when that little voice starts saying you, that's a problem. That's a problem that we're here to address, because that you voice is unnatural. Because what it starts to do, it says, you can't do this and you shouldn't do that and you better be careful. That you voice is very judgmental. That you voice says, this is wrong. This is dangerous. You shouldn't do this. We need to take that you voice and flip it and turn it back into an I voice. That I voice is so amazing that it gives you goosebumps even when you start to hear it, because you wake up and you're like, I got this day. This day, I can do this. I don't care what happens. I got this. That's the kind of voice that we want to get back to. And I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to give you some tools. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to drink some wine because I love wine and I choose to drink wine, and that's my thing. So I love it. And you have things that you love, and I want you to own it. I want you to be like, I love this because I love it. Not because I have to, not because someone's forcing me to do it, not because I'm concerned if I'm going to make money. No, I want to do it because I'm doing it. And we're going to get you back to that, because I know that you can get there and I'm going to help you get there. And it's funny because my eye is connected to your eye. When you get back to your eye, I get deeper into my eye. And that's amazing because you're improving my life and I want to improve your life. And let's go. Let's get back to our power eye. Let's go. Let's go. See, when we were born with this incredible organic confidence. When I say organic confidence, we knew that we were going to be fed and taken care of. We just had this confidence. You know, when we cried as babies, it wasn't because we were scared that things weren't going to go our way. No, we were just afraid that we weren't going to go to the next step. You know, our power I is so powerful that, you know, as little kids, we didn't have imaginations. We had plans. Okay, when you go to a little kid and you're like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, I'm going to take these leaves and I'm going to jump off this rock and I'm going to fly. To us, we're like, oh, that's a wild imagination. To the kid, that's a game plan. They're going to do it. That's a kind of confidence and a kind of self-grounding that the power I offers us. You know, we have all types of vehicles to talk to each other and to get things and to learn about things. But if our power I isn't on board, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get 3 degrees. It doesn't matter. If your power I isn't involved in it and isn't on board, you're not going to be able to use it to its fullest potential. That power I is what made that moment. Think back when you were a kid and there was something that you did or experienced that was so amazing that people couldn't even believe it. They even nicknamed you after what you did. You could be like the wheelie king or the fishing king or the gymnastics king. It didn't matter. You were 6 years old and you were, I don't know, jumping over 8 tires with your bike or something. That was your power I. You know, you just had such an amazing power. And as adults, we get so convoluted and so everything gets put in front of it. Oh, money, you got to do this. You can't do that. You know, this is impossible. The funny thing about power I, it's a very kind and empathetic type of characteristic. It does listen to other people, but it shouldn't be influenced by other people. Your power I tells you things and whispers nothing but confidence and power into your ear. When you're asleep at night, when you're walking on the street, it's like, you know what? Go ahead, do it. I got you. I will get you through. That's your power I. And we lose that because we get so concerned about what will people think? How much is this going to cost me? I probably shouldn't do this. No one else is doing this. That's not your power I. That's the you. That's that negative you voice talking. That you voice is what I'm talking about today. I want you to get rid of that you voice. I want you to take that you voice and put it in its place. Because that power I says, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the you voice is important, and it lets the you voice talk. But then what happens, we get into a habit of hearing that you voice so much, and then people around us love the you voice because the you voice doesn't really move forward and it doesn't break new ground. So people around us are like, hey, I have a you voice, you have a you voice, we're all you people. No. Leaders and athletes and people who excel have the I voice. I can do this. I already got it. Like, I am already there. They set a goal that the you people, they're like, you can't do that. You don't even know anyone who's done that. The I voice is like, I'm going to do it. You hear what I'm saying? That I voice gives you a sense of not only identity, but it gives an intimacy into the goal. It puts you into the goal. How can I say it? It's like that I voice has a ticket and there's a concert going on and the I voice just walks in the stadium and sits down. That you voice is outside yelling, let me in, let me in. But I don't have a ticket. No, the I voice has a ticket already. So let's get to a place in your life where you just walk into the stadium and start dancing because the I voice has the ticket. I'm telling you, I've lived this. I've been that you person. I've blown it. I have blown so many chances. I could have been a gazillionaire by now. But that you voice, it speaks the loudest, but it means the least. The I voice, that I voice just whispers to you, and it keeps whispering, and it makes you smile, gives you goosebumps, and it embarrasses you because that I voice allows you to do things that no one else has done, so you stand out a little bit. But it's all good. Standing out is good. Listen, let's get back to your I voice. Let's get that I voice. Just do it temporary. Do it for a month. Tell you what, listen to your I voice for a month. Every time you get you just turn the volume down and let's go to the I spot. Let's go to that I spot. I'm gonna get you back to your power I. My name is James Daniels, and you're gonna be like, I heard James Daniels, and he was like, I can do this, and my power I is the most important thing, and I'm gonna do it. 30 days. Do it for 30 days. That's it. 30 days. Let's go. Imagine if you walked into a bank with a business plan, and your business plan said, I need $3,000 so I can get a really good camera, a case of wine, and a couch, a used couch. Imagine the looks you would get. That's what I wanted. That's my eye, and I'm in front of you with a couch, a camera, and some wine. And my eye also wants to help 50 million people. I want to help 50 million people find their power eye. And I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how many times I got to record. It doesn't matter. As long as my power eye is engaged, we're always moving forward. That power eye will always be stepping forward. I don't care if it's stepping through quicksand, cement, mud, water, it doesn't matter. Power eye is always moving forward. That negative you know, that little voice in your head is like, you know, you can't do that. You better check and see if it's okay. You know, that you is either standing still or backpedaling. Yeah, you know, I remember when I used to play Pee-wee football, and you know, I would be running the ball and I would see some guy start backpedaling. I would run right towards him because I already knew that he was backpedaling. You see what I'm talking about? When you have a power eye, you start running forward and you keep running forward. And after a while, it becomes a habit. You know, how amazing is it to wake up and you've moved forward while you were sleeping? Like on Monday, you wanted a business loan. On Tuesday, not only did you have the business loan, but they gave you some sort of consultant to help you set up the business. You are moving forward. Relationships, you know, you go to bed and you're like, you know, I was really honest and I owned up to everything in this relationship. You wake up in the morning and your partner is sitting there and he or she can't believe how lucky they are to be with you because of your power eye. When your power eye opens up to people, it causes things to go forward. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't listen to anything that I say, understand this. When you start referring to yourself as you, that little voice in your head, you can't do this, you ain't got no money, you don't have enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not thin enough. When you start hearing that you, at best you can break even at the end of the day. But when that little voice starts saying, I look amazing, I feel amazing, I am confident that I can do the job, I can take on anything that this day throws at me, you start moving forward even without trying. Even without trying. A lot of us are stuck. I've been stuck. Are you kidding me? Stuck. Not just stuck a little bit. I mean, no job, no idea on what I'm going to do next, no money, nobody to borrow money from, nobody to talk to about the problems I have because I don't have no money. I have been there. I've been there. It wasn't until I stopped and was like, you know what? I'm unique. I have talents that no one in the world has. In the world. India, China, Japan, no one. Your power eye is so unique that without you reaching your potential of your power eye, there will be 100 or 1,000 people that won't reach their goals because you didn't reach your goal. Did you get that? Your power eye is so important that 1,000 people will prosper from you engaging your power eye. And also on the flip side of that is that negative, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, ain't nobody else do that, so you can't do that. That you will kill maybe 50,000 goals. I know you're like, what are you talking about? I'm saying that you are very, very important. You're very important to me. You know, if I don't help you, then my power I, which I've told I'm going to help 50 million people, it's just words. It's just air that's vibrating off of my tongue and my mouth and going out into the space I'm in, and it's not doing anything. But if it hits you and you're like, I get this, like, I get this, you know, just remember when you were between 5 and 11, there was a point where you thought that magic was life and life was magic. You might have did something. I don't know what you did, but you did something amazing. It was amazing, and you told your friends about it, and the most amazing part about it is that your friends were on board. They were like, yeah, you can do that. Like, you took those leaves and tied them to your arms and you flew. Okay, we want to do it too. That's that power I. When you believe like that, at that level, everyone around you is going to come in and be like, yeah, we're with you. You know, right now there's a lot of doctors who wanted to be dancers, who wanted to be chefs and bakers. There's a lot of attorneys that wanted to be singers. There's a lot of priests who wanted to be motivational speakers. There's a lot of teachers out there who wanted to be judges. There's a lot of people that deferred their real power I passion for man's expectation. So you have that power I passion and you have man's expectation. And it's a lot of people who could have prospered off of them realizing their real power I want you to listen to me. Don't be me. Don't, I'm just as flawed as you. I wish I was me on the other side listening to me. I'm here trying to tell you that you have this powerful center, this core that's so powerful, and it's so pure, and it's so untainted. Nothing's touched it. No chemical, no words from other people. It's so amazing, and it's always whispering to you, let's do it. Like, I can do this. I have a talent. I have an ability. I have a yearning. I have a passion. That power I is what you need to go to the next step. And like I said, we're all perfect human beings. Beautiful, beautiful creatures with amazing bodies and minds. But let's be better people. Let's cut our losses. Let's stop listening to that you voice and start going to that I voice. That power I is so amazing, and it's so amazing that it's frightening. One of our biggest fears as people is feeling good too long. That power I will allow you to feel good all the time, and it will freak us out. Can you imagine you woke up and you were just like excited? I mean, like, when I say excited, you kick the covers off. You're like, yeah! And that's that power I. And then you went to work and you were excited about your work and you were pushing everybody like, come on, this is great. We are lucky to be here. We are amazing people doing something amazing. Now, our biggest fear in our society is feeling good too long. Don't go with that. feeling good too long is great, but I gotta admit, if I woke up happy, I mean, not just happy, blissfully happy, I would go to the doctor after like a week. I'd be like, Doc, there's something wrong with me. Like, I'm too happy. That's what that power I will do. That power I will make you appreciate and navigate life so easily, you will be ecstatic. People will be like, the people who were the you people, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, you acting crazy, they won't be able to be around you. Because that power I will put you in such a state, like, they may be like, maybe you should go see someone for being too happy. And you know, it's amazing. I don't know how we got here to where being happy too long is a sign of illness. It's not. It's a sign of your power I. And now people are looking at me like, oh, this guy is talking about me going crazy. I'm not talking about you going crazy. I'm not talking about you displaying erratic behavior of laughter and joy and falling down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about inside being so grounded and having a foundation of all your aspects, your flaws, your qualities, it just being this beautiful recipe of beauty and power that you just don't feel anxiety. That's power I. That power I is amazing. It's, you know, it took me a while to think about this. And even now, sitting in front of you, I still can't give you the full spectrum of qualities that power I possesses. Let me put it like this. Your power I is more important than your name. You know your name. If someone asks your name, you say it. My name is Gloria. My name is Michael. My name is Joel. My name is Jim. Your power I is 1,000 times more grounded than your name. It's uniquely given to you. Only you have it. No one else has it. So that means no one can judge it. No one can harness it. No one can put it in a place that you don't want it to be put in. It's that important. And it's that grounded and amazing. I don't know if I was just born this way, but I just think everyone is amazing. And I've sat next to many strangers and became friends. And not friends because I was looking for a friend, friends because I think people are amazing. And when their power I comes out, that's when people say, oh, I had a connection with this guy. It wasn't a connection. It was just a simple meeting of the power I's. Your power I was out. Their power I was out, and something amazing happens. I bet there are marriages right now that are based on that one thing. They met, their power I's were out. Their power I's were out. And that's it. It felt so good. They thought, oh my God, you're my soulmate. You know, and that's cool and that's great. But the level of frequency that your power I generates will make us think we're in love, will make us think that we found our soulmate, will make us think that this is it. This is what I've been looking for. And that's just the beginning of your power I. That's just the beginning. That's that little 7-year-old who had those big imaginative realities. I gotta call them realities because in a 7-year-old, they don't have imagination. I'm not imagining, it is real to them. And when you're 34 or 44 or 54 or 64 or 84, And if you can get that same degree of intimacy inside your own character, you're going to have this same feeling. You're going to have this same belief. Your world is going to bow down and follow your power I. So let's talk about the power I and in the voice and how important it is. 15 years ago, 16 years ago, I'm not sure how long ago, I met this guy. He's like 74, 75, but this guy is amazing. He's been everywhere in the world. He smokes pot still. When I come over, he cooks me these meals that are amazing. And I'm like, wow. And then he teaches me how to play chess. And when he teaches me how to play chess, I start learning about the world. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And he's an older guy. And I'm like, it's kind of weird. I'm like, this guy is amazing. So a year goes past, and he has the best wines. I don't know if I told you that. He has wines from Bangkok, Indonesia, and he cracks them when I go over. Like, he's had these wines for like 20 years. So I got caught up in my, you have to work, you have to do this and whatever. And I wasn't able to go see him. And I remember laying in bed, and my power I was like, I need to go see him. And another day went past, and my power I was like, I really need a new experience. I need to listen to this wisdom that this guy has, and I need to play chess. The third day go past, and my power I is like, I really need to just go and see him and talk to him and listen to him and smell that wine, because when he pops the cork, the wine was so old that the smell would come up, and I would be like, oh my God, what is that? Like, is that even wine? And on the fourth day, my power I didn't say anything, but the phone rang, and it was police, and they were asking me to come over to his house and open the door. And I was like, first thing, I don't have the key, and why are you calling me? Well, he had put me down as emergency contact, and I didn't even know it. And so, I go over there, and it's like there's police outside his door, and there's a lot of people outside the door, and I'm like, kick the door in, and they're like, well, we can't do that without the super. So my power I goes, kick the door in. So I kicked the door in front of them, and I said, I don't care. It's a $200 door. I will pay for it. I don't care. So when I kicked the door in, I remember, I saw his shoe, and his shoe was off, and he was laying there, but he was still moving, but he was just sort of like inching around, and he was laying there, and I realized that he was on the floor. So everyone rushes in, and he's laying on his beautiful wood floors, and there's like spots where he urinated, and he had been laying there for 4 days, and I was, I was there, and I'm like, okay, and I went and I got some water, and I was pouring it over his face because his lips were very dry, and everyone was rushing around trying to help him, and I just remember thinking that little voice was trying to tell me, You know, that little voice was trying to tell me, and I refused to listen. And I was listening to those, you know, you can't go anywhere because it's too late at night. You're just imagining that you need to do this, but you have other things to do. And that you voice just beat me. It beat me, you know, it beat me. And when we got to the hospital, I was there, and he had to go up to x-rays to see if he had broken anything. And I was sitting there in the waiting room waiting for him to come back down. And then the guy who we had met, the doctor who had met first, came down, and he came in, he shut the door, and my eye, you know, was like, I think there's something wrong. And he passed away. And I had made I told myself that at that point that I would never, ever, ever ignore my power I, because it was trying to tell me. And, you know, listening to those, you got in the way. And, you know, things happen, and, you know, that's, things happen. But the power I is not just your friend. It can be your protector, and it can be protecting people that you love. Really, really listen to your power I. Really, really listen to it. It sounds like a little voice, you know, it sounds like a little nagging little voice that keeps trying to pull you out of your normal routines. It sounds like something that maybe it's just something in your head, too much coffee, but it's not. It's important. It's very, very important. Life wants us to be amazing. Life wants us to be amazing. But the only way life can talk to us and communicate with us is through that power I. Life can't talk to, you can't do this and you can't do that and you shouldn't listen to this because it's not important. And you don't have enough knowledge, or you don't have enough diplomas. Life doesn't communicate with that. Life communicates with, I know this. I hear you. I understand that. I can do this. I can do that. That's what life communicates. That's a direct line. I've been talking about this power I for a little bit now, so let me try to teach you, guide you into this power I. That you voice, it comes out. And the problem with the you voice is that it has a habit of just jumping out whenever you say something positive. That you voice, you can't do that. You're going to be different. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull that you voice out, because we need to hear it. Because most times when we hear the you voice, we're surprised and caught off guard and we react. Right now, today, we're going to pull that voice out, and it's going to be controlled. We're not going to have anything that's going to be at stake. We're going to pull that voice out. We're going to listen to it, and we're going to talk to it. And we're going to negotiate, take over, beat, negotiate with it. All right, so Go back to when you were 7, 8, 13, and you had that big dream. That big dream. That big dream that when you think about it, you get all smiley and goosebumpy, like that dream. Yeah, that dream. I know right now as an adult, you're like, I'm a 56-year-old, I am not putting on a tutu. I'm talking about that dream. Right. Okay, so think about that. Think about that for a second. Really think about it. Go into it. Go into it. All you doctors who want to be firemen and put out fires, all you sanitation workers that wanted to be biologists, go there. Just do it. Go in there. Get excited about it. I mean, I wanted to be Jacques Cousteau. I don't know why, but I just love animals and sea creatures. And then I realized what I loved about them is that they were acting as they were acting. Like I like animals because animals act the way they act. They're always in their power eye. They are always in their power eye. You go up to a dog that doesn't like you, he goes right into his power eye and bites you. That is a message for your ass. Okay? There is no, well, maybe he didn't like me. No. Are you just, whales have power eyes that send them across the world. Across the world. Can you imagine going across the world because you have a small voice saying, I can swim across the world because I have a need to be there. And they don't even know why. And they get there and they mate. And, I always love that about animals because that power eye is what drives them. People say, oh, that's just primitive. That's instinct. Instinct begins with I. Let's go with it. So let's all sit down. Let's get into a quiet place you can be by yourself. Be by yourself, because a lot of this talk that you and I have is between you and I. And if you're with a group of people, that's great. But at some point, you need to sit down and reflect on what I'm saying to you. You need to reflect on how you're perceiving me. And what I'm saying to you, I'm going to ask you to do things. And some things you might not be comfortable with doing. I'm not going to ask you to do nothing crazy, but I want to ask you to go somewhere, to go in there. Go in there and do something. Get somewhere quiet. Get somewhere so quiet that you can hear yourself breathe. And, in the background, there might be, fire engines and kids, but just get somewhere quiet and safe. Go into that place where you were young, and there was a moment when you were young that you were so excited that it made you jump up and down and your eyes welled up with excitement, and you remember it. So you remember it. What I just said, you will remember it. I know you remember it. It's just that point where, I don't know, it was just where fantasy and real life hit together, and you were right there. So you had the best of both worlds. Go to that point. Go to that point where your confidence was the only thing you had. There was no, well, you can't do that, and that's not possible. There was none of that. Go to there where your heart gets a little bigger. And right now, as adults, your heart should be pounding, because I know you all went there. I know, you hit that home run and you felt the ball hit the bat, or you were a dancer, or you made a painting, or you were fishing, or you were hiking, or you helped someone. Anything that made your heart swell up, and that power eye was like, I love this. I want to be this. I love this. Go to that point. Go to that point. Keep in that moment for a second. Just keep there for a second. I told you guys I love wine, right? I love wine. Okay, now I want you to say this out loud. Not too loud, but loud enough so you can hear it. Say, I want to, and fill in the blanks about that little weird, crazy thing that you cannot believe that you wanted to do. Let's try again. All right. Go to that place where you were a kid and you were so excited and you wanted to be a... Now, say it out loud. I want to be a... And fill in the blanks with what you wanted to be. All right. I'm going to do it again. This time, I want you to say it and then get real quiet. Because that you can't do that, you is going to come up. Trust me, it's going to come up because it can't help it. Every time your heart starts pounding and you get excited, that you voice will pop up. Okay? It wants to put you in your place. But we got it this time. I want you to say, I want to be... Okay, now be quiet. That you voice came up, didn't it? Was it like, you can't do that, you too old. You don't remember how to do that. You don't know anyone that's doing that. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen to that voice. Say it again. I want to be... Okay, that you voice just came up again. Listen to it. Just listen to it. You can't do that. You don't have enough money to do that. You don't have enough knowledge to do that. You need people to do that. Just listen to it. Don't judge it. Don't say shut up. Don't say go away. No, just listen to it. Because right now is the first time in your life that you were able to hear that negative voice without having anything at stake. This was a controlled environment. You got that you voice out in the open and it's like, wait a minute, you tricked me. Yeah, we did. We tricked you. And now we're going to get rid of you. Okay, so we have this negative you voice out in the open. The way we got it out in the open was that you voiced a passion that your positive power I wanted to do. And that you voice came in and was like, oh, you can't do that. Let's try this for a second. I want you to say, my name is, and give your full name. And then I want you to listen for anything. Did anything come up? Let's try again. My name is James Daniels. My voice says that wasn't your name when you was born. Okay, a little insight. When I was born, my name wasn't James Daniels. It was Harry Wesley, and then it got changed. I don't know why. Don't want to talk about it. It's not about that. Anyway, so that's the first thing that comes up, and that's that you voice. That you voice is so happy to be like, no, you weren't James Daniels. You were Harry Wesley. Let's try it again. My name is... Say your name and listen. Does anything come up? For about 80% of us, nothing comes up. That you voice is like, okay, I accept that that's your name. Let's do this. Let's say, my name is, and then on the end of that, say, and I wanted to do this. So my name is James Daniels, and I wanted to be a marine biologist. Now that you voice is going to come in and be like, you can't do that. You blah, blah, blah. Now you can say, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. See, what's happening is that you voice attacks the whole thing, because the you voice is just there to catch a phrase. You see what I'm saying? That you voice doesn't even know what you're talking about. All it knows is that you're excited about something and it should jump in there and stop you. Even about your own name. Did you get what I'm saying? That you voice doesn't care. All it knows is that you said something and it was supposed to react. Now we're talking about your name. Now, if you're not 100% sure about your name, then I apologize. This might not work for you. But if you are 100% sure about who you are, say it again. My name is, and I want to. That you voice will come in, listen to it. And now we have to sort of tell the you voice that it's not needed anymore. That you voice is not needed anymore. It doesn't play any role anymore. You know who you are. You know what your name is, and you know what you want to do. That's the power I. Okay? Now, what you need to say is that I know that my you voice is not needed. I know that my you voice is not needed. Yep, I know. You're like, oh, you're putting the I in front of the you, and I know, I know. But it works because it's a consciousness. It's an intimacy. When you put I in front of anything, it pulls you into whatever you're talking about, wherever you're participating in. You know, have you ever had a person say, love you, love you, you know? It sounds good, but when a person says, I love you, it sounds so different and it feels different. A person says, good job. Or when a person says, I think you did a great job. That, it personalizes it and it pulls the person into whatever's coming out of their mouth. Words are just air. But when you say that I thing, you're invested. You're invested into whatever happens after. I love you. I think you're amazing. I think you can do this. I think you've come a long way from the time that we turned the camera on to this time right now. I think you've come a long way. I've come a long way. I am so excited and nervous about if I got you to where I wanted you guys to be. Because this is just a beginning. I'm going to help 50 million people be better people. I'm not kidding. I have the talent. It might be my only talent, but I have the talent. I have the wine, and I think you're amazing. I think you're amazing, and I think you being amazing is going to help me be amazing, or get to a place where everything is going to be amazingly beautiful. And I used amazing a lot of times, but when you're in that power I thing, everything's great and amazing, but just listen. Just listen for that you voice. Don't get mad at it. Don't, try to get rid of it. Listen to it. It used to be your friend. It just is a friend that is used to protecting you, but now it's protecting you from opportunities. What you need to say is, I understand that the you voice was good and amazing, but the I voice is amazing now. I voice is amazing now. The only voice you should have right now is the I voice. You can't do that. I bet you can. I bet you can. You shouldn't do that. I bet you should. You're not smart enough. I bet you are. You don't have enough support. Yes, the hell you do. Come on, let's be amazing. I think you're amazing. Let's get to our power I. Let's go.
I told you, it's for you guys. Listen, you jump. You don't walk, you don't teeter on the edge, you jump. That's the way to do it. That's the way to get down to the ground and keep running. Don't let nothing mess up your momentum. First you hit the ground. You hit the ground, you keep going. Let's be amazing, people. Let's go. That was it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Thank you, man.